Welcome to an episode of First Use, and in today's video I'm going to go through the Hawks from last night. And I know that my previous video was about their run and carry, their half forwards coming up, their handball chains, but a lot of the comments were in response to, well, that's Carlton, how will they go against top sides? Well, they showed that last time when they played Collingwood. What an outstanding effort it was, and their half forwards to come up. But what I want to show you and highlight is it's almost like going back to basics, but first give. Every time they got the ball, particularly backward of centre, it was first give. It was give the hands. They had support there. Their teammate was in their vision. They run and carried, overlap, gave the hand pass, and then when they got forward to centre, they just kicked it inside forward 50. But because of their numbers were up the ground and they were slingshotting forward, there were so many times where it was one-on-one, couple of pairs inside forward 50, and they're able to have that scoreboard pressure. So let's get in the video now and show you how Hawthorn were able to dissect Collingwood's defence, which has been great all year, but the speed of ball movement. If they got stuck, they switched the play. When they got the hands, they went through the corridor. So let's get in the clips now. Okay, so this is early in the game. This is Watson coming through, and you'll just see the ability to move the ball and provide support for one another. But he gets the ball and it's hands. It's look up, give the hands, hands again, hands back, hands out to someone who's clear. But what I like about this is the switch of play. So it's not going back the same way of where all the numbers are. Because what Collingwood like to do is they like to squash you. They like to try and get you stuck on the wing, force it down the line, and that's where the Moors obviously really sad what happened to Howe, but they're the ones that come off. But what Hawthorn was able to do last night was turn their head and switch the play. And I love this from D'Ambrosio. He just goes. He knows he's got a man on him, but he knows that Impey's free. So he doesn't want to go over there. He's got a man on him. If he's to go over here, then it creates a little bit of chaos. But what he does, by him going towards his goals like that, you can see that there. Look at all the space that Impey's got. But it's just the ability to change the direction, not go back to where all the numbers are, because that's where the ball was in this section here, but just change the lines, and they did that so well last night, Hawthorn. So this is on the half, so Collingwood's gone right of screen, still on the first quarter, and you just see the wave of players, Collingwood players, because they've got all their numbers up. That's Ginnivan right there as a half forward. Then you have Moore, you have McDonald. And I love the way they used Meek last night. The reason why they used Meek, and this was certainly a strong message from the Hawthorn coaches, is Darcy Cameron loves to play behind the ball. So what the message was, use Meek, look for Meek, because his opponent, his direct opponent, which is Darcy Cameron, is going to sag off. He's going to go in and try and be that kick behind the play. So let's use Meek wherever we can. So in this situation, they've got the ball, first give, look at that. As soon as Dylan Moore gets it, bang, first give. First give. D'Ambrosio looks up the field, where's the space? Gives it off. Once again, using the handball chain, but look who they're using. Meek. There's his opponent there. So really smart. That's why he's able to kick 3 goals and be able to be really influential in not only his ruck work, but also getting forward of centre. But they used him really, really well. So this then bypasses his direct opponent. Once again, hand pass. Now, it might be a quick kick, but there's Darcy Cameron right there. So then you're overlapping those players that then drop behind the ball. This goes inside forward 50, and this is where Watson kicks his goal, his second goal. It goes in front and centre and kicks his goal. So you can see where they're able to use Meek, which was really, really effective. So this is what I'm saying about not going down the line. So Battle wins it. It's on the half back line for Hawthorn, and he chips it over to Dylan Moore, who makes a bit of space. So he's just here. But you can see all these numbers going down the line. This is why the Collingwood defensive, and I've spoken about the V structure before, this is why it becomes so effective, is because if sides go slow down that's where they're able to zone off. There's Darcy Cameron right there as the ruck. So this is what they love to do. But what Hawthorn was so strong at doing last night was switching the play. They did not want to go down there. They wanted to switch the play and be able to transfer their the defence of Collingwood. That's Meek right there. And you'll see how this unfolds. So there's Darcy. So there's the separation there. Right, so it was a clear message last night. You could tell that that's what they were trying to strive for, to suck him out of that inside their forward 50 for Hawthorn. So Dylan Moore's got it, and it kicks. But you watch just the speed of play and the ability for all the players to. He's looking straight in the corridor. He's not even worried about looking down the line because he knows that plays in the hands of Darcy Cameron and Darcy Moore. So they switch the play. So when you want to switch the play, you want to have movement in the corridor from your players. You've got to be able to spread the defence, but able to be moving. So this is a great kick. Great kick there. And now the hands. Give the hands straight away. The way to beat the defence of Collingwood is to go quick. Is to attack them, go quick. And the way to do that is via hands. And that's what they did. So there's the overlap. Meek. So you can see him pushing down like he was there, then comes across, but it was a clear message to hit him and look for him at every opportunity. And then once again, there's the handball and a great kick. So he doesn't want to go, Newcomb doesn't want to go towards the goals because they're outnumbered Collingwood, and he switches the play. So really well set up. You can see how they've transferred the ball, come back in the corridor, then a quick hand pass, and then they're on the other side again. So this passage of play, once again, Hawthorn's gone right of screen, so it's backward of centre. It plays out a little bit. You can definitely see the message and the implementation of what they were trying to do, Hawthorn. So the ball goes, and there's the hand pass. Hand pass again, and now Sicily then has a look, and he's forced to kick it down the line. Once again, you just see all these numbers coming to the foot of the ball. Hand pass. Hand pass. Hand pass. Kick it inside forward 50. So just a wave of numbers. Got all the numbers. A lot of handball games to set this up, but really quick and efficient. The thing that was really evident last night, and what Collingwood wasn't able to do, was to have that pressure from behind. So the Schultz, the Bobby Hills, the Elliots, they're the ones that they will have that tackle pressure from behind to not allow this to happen. But that wasn't evident last night. They weren't able to get that because the speed of ball movement from Hawthorn and how quickly they were able to do it. So this sums up how it unfolded last night for Hawthorn and how quickly they moved the ball. So Collingwood wanted to take on. They knew that this is their mode. When they're behind, they want to go through the corridor. They take risks. And that was very evident in the second half of what they're trying to do. But then when you do that, you're exposed to turnovers. And this is exactly what happened in this situation. But you can see McDonald. You can see that's Kel Shadir right there. You can see the players that would come up to create space behind him. But look at the first give. First give. First give. First give. First give. I love that. So, yes, it's sort of a basic, but give the first give. There was no hesitation last night to give the hands. And then this is the dinky little kick that goes into Guns inside forward 50. Look at that, bang. Really smart play. Look, there's the spare. So, the quickness to lower their eyes just dissected Collingwood's defence last night. You can see, now they pointed this out in the telecast. This is all the Hawthorn players on the list. I think the only one that's free or behind this screen capture right now is Bruce. And he gets it inside forward 50 and gets a free kick. But you can see how they work for each other and the numbers they get around the foot of the ball to be able to then get the hands. So the ball comes in, a little bit of a fumble. Newcomb Muffet, what a game he played after that incident in the first quarter. But look at Handball, first give. First give. Impey is facing the other way. He's got his back to his goals. First give. Just instinctive behaviour. They just knew that there would be someone there. Really awesome play. Ability to work for each other. Take on the defender. As I said before, go at the defender. If you see a loose, take the grass, go at the defender for them to make a decision. Then you eliminate. That's exactly what happened in that situation there with Connor Nash going straight at Maynard. You eliminate him straight away. Now look who's the only one that's forward to centre. Is Bruce. And then just run in numbers and kick to space. So bang, handball chain, Wooshka. And then this is the play of the night for my mind. This is in the fourth quarter. You just see this is Collingwood's goals. You watch how they move the ball here by hand to get through, and this is the one that Impey breaks the line. It goes through to Chol, and Chol kicks a goal. But watch how quickly they get onto it. So great win by Scrimshaw. Hands. That's first give. First give. Hold. Go at the defender. Great. Watch this hand pass here. Bang. The clearance on that. Now you can see the chain of numbers that are in fault. So it's almost like a rugby lineup. You know, you want to get that movement of players, but to be lateral. Very important to be lateral. Great hands. Go at the defender again. Make a decision. Very important. See that gap there to take? Make them decide. If he was to go too early, then it's easy for them to come off. But because he goes out, he eliminates that defender, then this guy is in no man's land because he doesn't know what to do. Goes at him, then there's the hand pass, and then the run from Impey is unreal. Then just to take it on. So you've got that clearance to the middle, but then great chase, but here you still got players coming at you. Give the hands. And there's the overlap. Bruce coming into play, and then they kick it down to Chol and he kicks a goal. So there's that speed of ball movement, ability to work for each other. So yes, I know I covered off the last video was Hawthorn, but what I wanted to emphasise is that no disrespect to Carlton, we know where Carlton is at the moment. A lot of the comments and a lot of replies were, "Oh, that's great, but what happens if we play a really top end side?" Well, you played the top side last night, Hawthorn, and look what you're able to do. So run in numbers, give the hands. First give, very important. No hesitation. Give the hands. Away they go. Bring up the half forwards. Slingshot footy. Was beautifully played, beautifully coached last night from Hawthorn, and it shows. That's the finals brand of footy. But you got to win it in the source, and they're able to do that. And I also love the way they use Meek. They identified that Darcy Cameron would play behind the ball. So it's a strong message from the Hawthorn players or Hawthorn coaching staff for the players to look for Meek to then drag Darcy Cameron out of their forward line and not allow him to have any intercept marks. So well done from the Hawks last night.